This is the FS-21, a 3D printed prop blaster that I've been selling in my Etsy shop online for quite a while now. And when I figured out that there had been enough interest generated in this thing for a professional leather worker to make a real leather costume holster for it, I knew what I had to do. Hello everyone, Brian here for Fiery Squirrel Art. I don't do a lot of unboxing or reviews here on my channel because that would be very practical, potentially profitable, and a lot of boring, non-creative work. Today though, I'm going to make an exception because in this box is a leather holster made by Darman's Props, designed specifically for the blaster that I designed and 3D printed. So that being said, let's open this up, take a look, and see how it fits the actual prop. Now, I did order the option with the cylinder holder here. It's actually a two-part holster. This looks good. I ordered the black leather. So I ordered the Y pattern holster with keepers on both sides to make sure that I could adjust the length, the drop of these belt loops to get it just where I wanted it on my hip. There is a keeper strap here. There is a thigh strap down on the bottom of the holster. So the holster itself was not difficult to get on, thread the belt through it. The cylinder carrier was pretty tight, had to kind of shove the belt through that thing. Fought me a little bit, but again, the leather is stiff, it's brand new. Figuring out how to draw the weapon, excuse me, it's not a weapon. Figuring out how to draw the prop from the holster and then button it back down is definitely going to be a learning process. It looks absolutely great. And I think for the costume kit I have in mind, the black leather was definitely the right choice. That's the way it apparently is planned out, to have, in my case, right hand draw holster on the right side, the cylinder carrier on the front left. Now, there is going to be a learning curve as I try to figure out how to draw and return the prop from the holster, especially when I'm wearing a heat box on my head that obscures my vision. But I figured it out. Sort of. Practicing a quick draw. Going to take time. And there were many times when I tried and failed to get the gun back in, the prop back in, just because the leather is a new, very tightly formed leather, which is what you want. But it's going to take some time to work out the kinks and get some familiarity with the general shape. I walked around and moved around in it for about 10 minutes and, kind of put it through a normal range of motion. It seemed to stay where it needed to be. So having this thing travel around your belt, as long as there are loops in the way, I don't think is going to be a problem. Oh, that thing is hot. Alright, so first impressions. This thing is awesome. I definitely feel like a bad boy bounty hunter strutting around the house wearing this thing, with my helmet especially. This thing is very tightly modeled to fit this blaster. I sent Darman's Props one of these printed props, and they definitely made this holster to tightly fit. Now, I don't know much about leather working, but I'm guessing with more use and with age, this thing is going to get a little more supple. It's so well formed to this specific blaster. I'm going to leave this prop inside the holster. I think over time, it's going to better conform to the actual shape of the prop while it's in there. I'm probably also going to wander around the house wearing this thing just to continue testing the motion Because if I ever finish this Mandalorian costume and I'm wearing this thing, you definitely want to have as little adjustment time in costume as you possibly can. The ammo holster is very tight fit. I will leave these 3 cylinders inside it, and we'll see if that loosens it up over time. I'm very glad I now have a recommendation for a holster. Oh, that's satisfying. But I want to say thank you to Darman's Props for coming up with this. Check them out on Etsy. I will leave links to Darman's Props and Fiery Squirrel Art down in the description below. And thank you if you have bought from me, looked at my stuff, but it's people showing interest in my 3D prints that provoke enough interest for the peripherals like this holster. Well, that's about it. Give me a like, give me a subscribe, I'd appreciate it. I think my work is done here for now. Now if you'll excuse me, I'm going to keep figuring out how to breathe inside this thing.